And out of the seas rises the Invincible! Welcome back, everybody, to this Let's Play of Final Fantasy III for the PlayStation Portable. I am Drak. Let's get back to it, shall we? So, last time, obviously, we went to the ancient ruins and we uncovered the Invincible. We also wakened Une from her slumber, only for her to go ditch us for Doga. It's okay. I understand why she ditched us. Because, you know, Doga's awesome, and we're okay with that. But now that we have the Invincible, we actually need to make a diversion over to our next destination, which is the Cave of Shadows, where we will be procuring the Fang of Earth. Now, people might have noticed throughout the game, we have been collecting things of air, fire, water, and now earth. With those, we can actually go to where Zand has pulled himself up, basically. And right now, I'm just trying to find the Cave of Shadows. It's actually kind of hard to find on a map, but as soon as I know where as soon as I see the entrance, I'm going to know it's there. Excuse me. I apologize, guys. I'm kind of dealing with a little bit of a cold right now. I know, I always pick the optimum recording times, right? Here it is. So this is actually where we need to go for the Cave of Shadows, but it is a maze, and now you guys can see the special ability of the Invincible. They can basically go up, over. Now, unfortunately, that does become kind of tedious in places like this, where it's a maze, but there you go. I think the biggest concept that they did with this, and in later Final Fantasy games, is they allowed for shops to be on the ship, or an inn, at the very least, so you could get free sleeping, kind of thing. Especially when you get to later in the game and you really just don't want to make it back to another village to rest up. You can just go out to the Invincible or whatever airship you have and make it work. It's kind of awesome that way. And I think, yeah, every game after this has had something like this implemented. And it was a nice addition. The other thing that they added, the Fat Chocobo, for those who have never used those before, they are bank storage, basically. If you played an MMO, that's roughly their purpose. I hate to say it, but in this game, you will probably not see me use it that much. I actually think they did way more with the inventory cap than they probably should have. And so, if I run out of space, it really is that I can get rid of equipment that I've hoarded since the beginning of the game. So I probably won't use the Fat Chocobo all that much. But it is a useful tool for new players. So this is the Cave of Shadows. However, we actually did a little bit of grinding before this because there is some other content we can get done. And people might have seen right there, I got the grinding done. We're actually going to go ahead and tackle some of the bonus content of this game. For people who have been asking, well, when are you going to do the bonus content? Now. I mean, I already did Duster and Repleto. So now we're actually going to go and get some powerful spells and summons. And I know some people are going, yay! Other people are like, but you haven't been using summons. I actually have in grinding, because I've been trying to build that up with Arc. So, believe it or not, I've actually been leveling him up as an Evoker, and later as the Sage class. So I'll just spoil that kind of right now. Is one of the classes that you get is called the Sage, and I've been having Arc work on that, but that's as far into the future as you guys get. Sorry, guys. And to the people who are from the future listening to this, hello, future people! So I will be working with Summon Magic. And again, this is the game that coined that. So a lot of people who know Final Fantasy for its summons, this was the first game it was implemented. Was it implemented well? It's hit or miss. They tried to do like multiple attacks. I don't know if this was done in the NES version, but they tried to do it so like every summon has multiple things they can do when summoned. And I don't like that concept mainly because I grew up on the later games, which just had one fixed purpose for that summon. And so, you know, when I pull out a summon, it's like I'm expecting that ability. And this game decided, no, we're not really going to do that, so sorry. And right now I'm just trying to find my way to our next destination, which is actually not going to be for summon material. It's going to be for some weapons, and it is going to this remote area of the map that we can now access with the Invincible, and it's a town. I wonder what's here. So let's go ahead and head into this town. Welcome everybody to the town of Falgabard. I like saying that, Falgabard. This is the town of Dark Knights. So we kind of fit in here. Now people might be asking, well, why are you coming here? Why, of course, to improve Luneth. Because that's what we can do right now. There actually are some weapons and armor that I can get here that are unique to the Dark Knight, and I would like to get them as early as possible. The beasts that roam in this cave can only be defeated by an adept of the Black Blade. And people might be wondering why I'm doing that, because this is the Dark Knight. I should be doing Batman. This game actually was unique in the fact when it tried to do a Dark Knight, this is a later fix for them, but the Dark Knight is the earliest concept of the job class Samurai in this game. Later on, Dark Knights took on their own viewpoint in the Final Fantasy universe, but one of the unique concepts to this game is Dark Knights, along with one other class, can use katana. Yes, katana are different types of weapons. I loved it when this game did that. It actually made katana their own unique weapon. And not like the Final Fantasy Tactics way, where you just destroy the weapons and get a spell out of it. I wasn't happy with Tactics, at least in some of its job creation. But in this one, I'm happy, because I get to have Luneth wield katana. And it's actually better for him to wield katana than it is for anything else. And for people who are wondering, well, what's the other class? I'll go ahead and spoil that for you, because we're going to get it next. The ninja is also able to use them, I believe. And people are like, you can be ninjas? Yes. Yes, you can. And they're fun. Quite a few of the games actually have a ninja in them. So we'll probably not in this game, but we'll mess around with it later. The ninja class is better implemented, in my opinion, in later games. In this one, it's okay. It's just nothing really too special about it aside from the throw command, which is going to be kind of a trait of any ninja in later Final Fantasy games. They can throw weapons, they can throw shuriken, they can throw basically anything under the sun in your inventory, aside from potions and all that. It was like, can you throw this mace? Why, yes I can, with quick fire precision. But now we're just going ahead and getting some of the katana and the armor here. There will be upgrades in the Cave of Shadows as well for a Dark Knight, but I wanted to get this stuff. And I'm sorry, I have to do this ADD moment. I keep on saying Dark Knight, and immediately the first thing that comes to my mind is Batman. No, not that Dark Knight. There's not going to be any Joker coming out going, where's Harvey Dent, okay? It's not happening. Where's Harvey Dent? But now that we've gone through one of the caves, we're going to go ahead and hit the other one. And this actually will have a very potent weapon that is very rare for a Dark Knight. I heard that some monsters will divide and multiply if you attack them normally. Talk about doubling trouble. Double, double, toil and trouble. Fire, burn, and cauldron bubble. Yup. This one was actually kind of hard to find. So much so that while I was trying to find it, I walked out of town. Yep, that's what I did. Drak failed. But back into Falgabard we go. Falgabard. I'm going to find a way to introduce that in other games. Falgabard. And there isn't in here, but I have the Invincible, so I don't care. That's really going to be kind of my attitude towards it. Once you get to the airship, you don't care. Not so much. And of course, it's the cave behind the waterfall. Because how very samurai-esque. Oh, and who's this guy? I seek one who is worthy of wielding this blade. Let us test your mettle. Yes, I'm going to use the stereotype because it's fun. Especially with this. Because I'm facing a ninja. Ninja, vanish. And we're just going to nuke him. Because we can. And again, I love... one of the things I love about this game, the 3D models and the katanas look unique. So did the lances. I love the design of this game. The weapons look really good. A very good homage to what came before. At least I'd like to say that, but I haven't played what came before, so... Excuse me, guys. I got poisoned! No! How dare you poison Ark! I almost forgot his name, and his name's right there in front of me! Yeah, that happens. And as you can see, I actually have some spells that I can't use. That's summon magic. They're named differently in this game, but it's kind of the basic summoning pantheon that has been in this and games up to 10. And that's game! So I just took out the ninja. Cool. And Ingus's job level increased. I like that. Truly a battle of extraordinary magnitude. You have proven yourselves worthy to wield this blade. Use it well. Why, thank you, Master. Kiku Ichimonji. If I'm saying that wrong, I apologize. I am murdering the word. I can totally acknowledge that. This is a very powerful weapon. In fact, we will get another in the Cave of Shadows. And we'll be dual-wielding them, because that's awesome. But, in the meantime, we have other things to take care of. And this is actually the last little bit that we have to do in Falgabard. Falgabard! That might be the title of this episode. Falgabard! But we do have a couple of other chests to go claim. Well, not really chests, but items. So now we have access to this little creek. And this island in the middle of it. I wonder what's here. Except it's really hard to find it. Yeah. We have to search amongst the grass. Because they are ninja, and they know how to hide things well. Dang ninjas. Foiled again. So I actually kind of had to figure this out. I'm like, there's supposed to be chests here. No, there's no chests. No. So yeah, I'm like consulting the guide right now, just like, why can I not see these things? But this will be helpful because it does have some armor for Luneth, and I don't have to worry about buying it. Which obviously is very cool. Demon Shield. I'm probably not going to use that. Obtain Blessed Hammer. Demon Mail. I probably will use that, and then High Potion. Yeah, if a game gives me the option to dual wield, and it's more powerful, 80% chance I'm gonna go for it. Maybe not in every game, but I'm gonna go for it if I can get away with it. I likes me some dual wielding. But now that we have gotten that done, we are officially done in Falgabard. So everybody say goodbye, because we will never come back. All the dark nights here. Such a sad thing. Luneth had a place where he could belong. Excuse me. And we're also going to grab this, the Yoichi Bow. If I utilized more axe-wielding classes, we probably would have grabbed that demon axe too, but I don't. I fail. I know. People are actually probably going to ask me, why didn't you work on all the jobs? In this game, I didn't really see a whole lot of motivation to do so. So I didn't. In later games, I will, because there is a motivation to do it. But not here. Okay, so now that we are done in Falgabard, let's go ahead and head to the next location. Gee, I wonder where that's going to be. I actually don't remember. We're going to find out. I think at this point I might have started to look around for the summon magic that I wanted to get. But let's find out. So we are flying. I think there may have been something else on this continent that I wanted to grab. Because I had the option. And I'm just not remembering what it is. But in the meantime, one of the questions that I do get quite often is, what are you currently playing? What do you think of it? Any thoughts on it? I went through a lot last part. The other one that I've been playing, and it's just kind of a guilty pleasure. I've said numerous times on these Let's Plays that I am a big fan of old school point-and-click adventures. And just recently, a Sierra Great was remade. And that was Gabriel Knight, Sins of the Fathers. And it was remade for its 20th anniversary. And it was not remade by Sierra. Sierra's gone. But it was remade by Pinkerton Road. I think that's what the studio's called. It's Jane Jensen's studio. She's the original writer of it, of the game, as well as the Gabriel Knight series, and she came into the King's Quest series very later on. I think the first game she worked on was the 6th one? Yeah, Absence Makes the Heart. No, that's 5. Air Today, Gone Tomorrow, I think is the subtitle for it. And our next destination is going to be the Sunken Cave. We're just here for some loot, basically. There's some items that I don't have to purchase later or can't get at all that I want to get here. But anyway, so I've been playing that, and I'm kind of 50-50 with it. Because it is the game that I loved as a kid. And I loved watching my brother play. However, one of the biggest problems that I have with it is, and it's not Jane Jensen's fault at all. The original Gabriel Knight had a very big celebrity cast, especially at that given time. And so it was really good when it came to the voice work. But when Sierra was acquired by, I can't remember who actually did the acquisition, those audio files were lost. And so Jane could not recreate those because obviously the actors are somewhat older now. They're not going to sound the same. And so she decided to just recast it. And I'm not saying the cast did horribly. It didn't. It's just, unfortunately, I got used to the epic voices that were in it. So, like, for example, Tim Curry was in the game. Mark Hamill, Michael Dorn, amongst many, many others. And it's just, it's kind of off-putting to go from Tim Curry to, I think they actually got some relatively unknown actors for it, but I'm not 100% certain on that. And it's just, it's kind of jarring, but I'm okay. You know, it's, the gameplay is still there. It actually improved a lot of the problems that I had with the original game, and I'm just playing my way through that as kind of a guilty pleasure. I always will play through adventure games just to kind of hype that part of that genre, mainly because I want to see it survive, kind of thing. Especially, I want to see people like Tim Schafer continue to get work, is basically what I'm saying. And so, like, when a Double Fine game comes out, I will purchase it probably 80% of the time. There are a few that have slipped through the cracks and I got later, and so I don't want to say that I have gotten every single title. It's just mainly if I don't know about it, then I haven't played it. The other one is, and and people will probably murder me for this, but I have actually never played Psychonauts. Now, let me explain. To my knowledge, it only came out for the original Xbox, and while I had one, I didn't have one for very long. I didn't have a whole lot of games I was interested on it. And so, Psychonauts kind of passed me by. However, yes, and I don't need people pointing out, it's on Steam. I have gotten it, I just haven't played through it yet. When I get a free moment, and Grim Fandango Remastered isn't coming out, I will probably dig it out and play it. But yeah, I will play anything Tim Schafer, you know, like most recently, I've also been getting into Costume Quest, because Costume Quest 2 is out, but I do want a console version, so I'm waiting. And it was fun to go back to that game and relive the humor of that. And it's, for an RPG fan, it is a very basic game. And that's fine, because the dialogue is priceless. My favorite line of it is when you get your first other party member and you just like, well, I'm on a quest to go save my brother or sister from the evil Grubbins, and the other character, Everett, just kind of looks you in the eye and goes, shh, you had me a quest. I'm just like, yes, awesome. And right now, I'm kind of in the last room, so I'm getting a lot of trap chests, because this is the rarer stuff in the sunken cave. I was about to say the dungeon cave. That would not have been accurate. So we're just going to go ahead and kill this dragon really quick. Yay! He's dead. Ha ha ha. Okay. And now that I have the trident, this is actually a really good spear for a dragoon. We're gonna go ahead and start using it. Triton hammer, but it's a trap! It's a trap! Yeah, the joke had to be made. I don't even know why I'm selecting magic, because as soon as either Luneth or Ingus comes up, he's dead. But I'm using magic nonetheless. Firaga, is this going to kill you? Probably not. Oh yay, it did. Ha 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 ha. And Reflect Mail, and this was probably not worth the trap, but I got one nonetheless. And some tentacular horror. That's fun to say. Tentacular horror. Just a minor cure, but we're gonna use a middle one, because why not? And you're dead. Oh wow, you survived. I'm kind of surprised at that. You're not surviving this one. Yep. Awesome. Okay, so that is the last chest, and I think that's it for the sunken cave, so let's go ahead and use our magic to teleport on out of here. So now that the sunken cave is done, I know after that I did go and do some of the summon stuff. So that's probably where we're going next. I think we're going to go ahead and... I think at this point I actually tried to tackle Leviathan to get him. But before we do that, it's time that I reclaim the Invincible. Because I want it. I had to remember where I was, because this was like a remote island. So, we're going to go ahead and switch out the Nautilus for the Invincible. I love it, the propellers are still moving. I kept the meter running. Gas gauge is at empty now. Oh, dang it. And of course, the first thing I have to do at the Invincible, resting, because I can do it for free. Because why not? Yeah. You keep sleeping like a log, Lunith. So now it is time for us to take the Invincible and go get the summon content. Yes, there are summons you cannot buy. They are rare, and they are worth it, and they will have to wait till next week. But when we come back next week, we will get the summon content that we need. In the meantime, I'm Drak, and this has been a Let's Play of Final Fantasy.